What up? It's your boy, the Incredible Man, and yes, I'm back at it again. And this is my discussion slash review for BOFURI. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. Episode 2. Yes, man. I find myself thoroughly enjoying this series. It takes me back to the very essence of the very first Sword Art Online, and I really find myself enjoying it a little bit differently because of the main character, Maple, not being accustomed to video games. She's not accustomed to video games, and it shines through her character portrayal. And I love seeing it week in and week out. And it's only 2 episodes in, and I'm totally hooked, man. I love every single moment. And this week was yet another astonishing episode. It started off with us seeing her in the forest again, with her new armor and new shield, and she's using it to perfection. She's out there paralyzing people with her short sword and attacking the monsters with her shield, and like they get devoured. And so it's just wonderful greatness. And I apologize about the train. So it's just greatness. And then like some bugs came, she paralyzed them, and she was like, if I eat these, will I get explosion resistance? So she started eating them, and she got the skill Devour in something with a bomb, like bomb eater or something like that. I think that's what she got. So it was nice to see. Like, it's so wonderful, and it's kind of like recycled through your typical virtual reality game, but it's still so nice and refreshing to see it from this perspective, because you very, very rarely you get to see characters or someone that never played these games before dive into this world. Most of the time, a story focuses on the main character where they've played this game before or they played games like it. But she's surprisingly new to this type of world, and seeing her interact with all of this stuff going on was absolutely wonderful. Then a raid came, like, well, yeah, like a typical raid quest or whatever that takes place in these types of games. And this is when we got to see her shine. Now, normally, you have these guys where they go around and they attack people. Since she's defense, when she started to take place in the raid, she talked about it with her friend, and her friend told her, like, this happens in these types of games and stuff. And she was hoping for a major prize with winning the event, but she didn't come in first. She came in third, which is still great for someone that's level 20 and is new to this type of game. So she was talking to her friend about it and everything, and she told her that you should try it and everything. So she took place in it. And like when she went there the next day inside the game, and they took everybody, they just poofed them off to the realm where it was taking place. And she got thrust on top of a building, well, like on ruins, on top of ruins. And yeah, she was like, well, I guess I'll just sit here and wait, because I can't really go down and chase down anybody. And then all of a sudden she starts drawing these pictures on top of the ruins, and I was like, what is going on? Then next thing you know, someone bomb rushes her to attack her, and like, she's like, oh, okay. So he starts going into this nice little story to tell her before he starts attacking her. So she pulls out her shield, boom, bam, absorbs him. What? And that was the current trend in the whole time for her in that whole little raid that was taking place. All of these people tried to attack her, and she was just paralyzing them, absorbing them, paralyzing, absorbing them, hitting them with poison. Hydra. So she like had all of these cool moves that we got to see from her shield and from her, and I love it, man, because it's every time it still feels. This is episode 2, and we knew the whole thing, what was going into this episode, but it still feels fresh. It's only been 2 weeks, but both of these episodes, it feels fresh each and every time, and I really, really enjoy it, man. And she came in third on the whole raid, and then after that, the little guy that was heading up the raid told her, well, you're in third place, and now that we have the top 3 players that's winning this raid, everyone is going to try to come after you guys and take your place, because they'll get all of your points. So that happened, and then she was just bum rushed by a lot of people. But then that's when she released out this poison mist. So many people started to run away. She caught some of them. She paralyzed some of them. And then we got introduced to, well, not a full introduction, but we got to see glimpses of them. The other 2 people that were number 1 and number 2. One dude looked like a stealth assassin type guy, and the other looked like a full, I don't know what you call it, a paladin maybe, because he had like a really big sword. He had the armor on and everything, and he had a glowing sword. So we seen them. We didn't get really introduced to them, but we saw them. And Then we see that all of the people are watching her that didn't take place in the raid. They're watching her on the monitor go ham against these people. I was like, how is this possible? She took a shot to the head against from a morning star, and she was like, that tickled. So like the people that was watching the whole event take place, they were like, how is this possible? She's so OP. Like, she is OP, but at the same time, it's like she put all of her skills and stuff into defense, and her defense is extraordinarily high. And these little miniature guys that has maybe level 10, level 20, they may be level no, they may be level 20, but her defense is so high, it doesn't matter. And it was nice to see all of these people just watch her and be like, wow, she's so cool. And we also saw the guy that we got introduced in the first episode. There was another great shielder himself with all of the red armor on and everything. So it was nice to see him in the audience as well, watching her. And he was shocked to see her on the screen just going ham against all of these people. So she unleashed a lot of her moves and stuff on these people, and everybody was just astonished to see her do this. And we're like, who is she? Then we also, at the end of the event, she got on camera to talk, because we're like, well, let's talk to the third place winner. She's like, oh, she got embarrassed. She started fumbling over her words a little bit. And she was like, thank you. And all of the people, you could tell that they thought she was kawaii because their cheeks turned red. They got flustered a little bit. So it was nice to see all of that take place in the episode. And I find myself currently just loving this anime, man. So now, she talked to her friend outside of school, and the next day came, and now her friend could play. Her friend could play, and she invited her friend, and they sat down. They started talking together inside the inn and everything, and she was like, well, I can't call you by your real name, so call me Sally. And she made a mistake and called Maple by her real name, but she was like, well, call me Sally. And she was like, we can't do that. It's like one of the written rules inside of these type of games. So then her friend decides, with Maple having such high vitality and everything, she doesn't have much agility, and she put it all into defense. And her friend decided to be a swashbuckler. Now, I can't really think of swashbuckler that much, but only, if I'm not mistaken, only swashbuckler I can remember from any anime is Log Horizon, and the cat that's part of old dude's team. He was a swashbuckler, I think, and that's what her friend became. And I knew we were heading for a trend when her friend came and joined the game, and she wanted to be a swashbuckler, and she's not going to max out her MP or her health or anything like that. She's going to max out her agility and whatever other skills she needs to, like, kind of evade enemies' attacks. So that's what a swashbuckler is, to kind of confuse all of the other people while she's running around and everything. So that was a nice concept. So we have both of these two characters that they're going to focus on a particular set of skills. And it's nice, but it was weird because I know her friend played these type of games before, so I was wondering how was she going to do it. Was she going to kind of be all over the place? But she kind of stuck and picked a class on her own that she's going to stick with, and they're going to party together and make up for each other's weaknesses. Then we also see that she talked to the chick at the shop to get her a shield, and she wanted a white one since that one is black, because that one devours everything, so she can't really get any kind of points for taking attacks and blocking or anything, any kind of skills or anything for blocking attacks. So she wanted a regular shield that's not going to just devour anything it touches. So she talked to her, and she told her she wanted a white one, and the chick told her about a dungeon, well, not a dungeon, a cave with these particular fish that's white, where she can get the scales to make it. They're doing that, they're fishing and everything. And her friend goes to the bottom and she talks about her real skills. And I didn't think that would come into play about her having real skills inside the game, but it does. So that was nice to see as well. So she goes and she's swimming and fishing and whatever. At the very bottom, she comes into a door that leads into like a massive cave and everything. And I felt like, okay, well, now she's going to come into contact with a strong character, and she's going to get like a nice set of armor just like her friend. And that was the simple trend, and that's what happened. But I'm not complaining because I really enjoyed it. It was a nice fight. It didn't happen super fast, and like it took her a little while. She was struggling a little bit, so it was nice to have that happen. And at the end, she defeated the fish monster, and she got a nice outfit out of the deal, and she got some nice skills and skill points as well. So like I said, man, the trend is there, and I'm really loving this anime. And at the end, they both were headed back to the town, and it was just such a nice thing, and I can't wait for episode 3, man. This is your boy Dick Incredible. Don't forget to smash the like button till you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them, and subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. And remember that anime matters, anime is greatness, and anime is life, man. Peace out.